Hi guys, hi everyone on Facebook. I'm Marcus, founder and director of MG Education, and we are here doing a Hairbrained takeover. Welcome to Berlin, Germany, and I will directly go into my haircut. So this is my beautiful model Aline. Aline did the video last time, and today Heidi, who got the haircut last time, will do the filming today. So thank you very much, Hairbrained. I'm really excited to be here. I will show you a very soft and sort of textured shape. The hair's wavy, and I already pre-cut a little bit. I will show you what I did so far. So if you look in the mirror, you can see I have this nice soft little length which is completely disconnected, and I was working on a nice little round graduation in the area above the ear. Yeah, I will show you the angle that I've been using. Yeah, you can see it's not connected to the long part in the front. And I've got this nice soft length round graduation working on the base, no over direction. And it gives me something that is just nice and slim in this area. But here where the bone structure is a little bit flatter, it gives me a little bit more roundness. Yeah, and the long sort of soft outline gives something really cool, really avant-garde to the What I'm going to do today, in the back, I will show you the back. I did the same on both sides, by the way. In the back, I will work a nice flat layering technique, which is also not connected to the sides. And I really love this length that she's got at the moment. Yeah, I was looking in the mirror, I was looking in the profile, and I really liked how it sort of blends. I really like this length. I just want to get rid a little bit of the weight inside the head. So I'm going to start with the vertical sections in the center back, and I will comb the hair, head is straight, my body position is parallel to the chair, and I just want to take out the weight from the center. I still want to keep weight on the outline. You can see my fingers are completely straight, and I'm cutting until the second knuckle. Yeah, because in between here we do not have any tension between our fingers, so I have to comb again. I will not go too short. The reason why is because I really want to keep this nice wavy sort of look. If I went too short, I would cut out all the movement within the hair. So I can comb the hair down, I can check my shape, and you can see it gives me something that's nice and slim here, but still a nice little bevel and weight on the outline. Yeah? I will not blow dry the hair straight because she's never doing it. We had a consultation at the beginning. She really likes her waves. She does not want to get rid of her waves. So this is why we need to be careful with the choice of length. So second section, parallel to the first. And there is a reason why I will cut the left-hand side first. I personally, I'm right-hand, and I prefer to cut the side which is a bit more difficult to cut first. Why is the side more difficult? Because as I'm right-hand, what I'm going to do on this side, I will push the hair away from my body. But as we have the tendency to pull the hair towards our body, here there's more risk of rounding the corner, but I want to keep it nice and square. Yeah, so I'm pushing away. I need to be more aware of my over direction, as there is a tendency pulling the hair towards my body. Why I'm not standing on the other side? It's really easy. I could stand here and pull the hair. Balance-wise, it would be maybe easier, but look at my back. So my back is completely bending. If you do this 8 clients a day, 10 clients a day, you will work a couple of years more, and then you're done. So I will stand here, but when I was taught to do this, to pull here and to pull there, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's easier for the balance, but very bad for your back. So while standing here, I'm much more comfortable with my back, and now I'm over-directing the first one goes to the second one. So the first sections I'm not over-directing, I'm cutting on the base. Once I'm coming to the roundness of the head, I will start to over-direct. For the moment, I'm just cutting on the base. 1 goes to 2, cutting between the 2 knuckles to make sure I've got a good tension within the hair. So welcome everyone if you just joined in at Hairbrained. This is a Hairbrained takeover. We're here at Tilja Organic Hair in Schöneberg, Berlin. It's the salon of my good friend Heidi. And I'm really excited to be here. You know, Germany is my home. This is where I'm coming from. Even though I'm living in different parts of the world in several times of the year. But I always love to be back in Berlin. This is my beautiful model Aline. Aline is a fashion designer here in Berlin. She's a very creative person, very open mind. She's got a really cool style, how she's wearing her clothes. So I can do something a little bit more advanced. Okay? Now, first section comes out of my way. I'm using the second section as my guide. Why I'm combing the first section out of my way? Because I really want to keep my work very clean. And it makes it much more easier to control my over direction. At the same time, in the salon, it just looks more aesthetic if you're working nice and clean. And you know, clients have lots of time to see you working. Section number 2 goes to section number 3. So I'm combing out where section number 3 is. Make sure I can see my guide. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask anything you want. Heidi's gonna read it in German and in English. If you have questions in Spanish, I'm very happy to answer them after the Facebook Live. Mis amigos de España o del sur de América, de México, de Perú, de Argentina, estoy muy feliz de responder sus preguntas después del Facebook en vivo. Entonces, bienvenidos a MT Education y Hairbrained. Estamos muy felices aquí, todo el camino desde Alemania. So do we have any greetings, any questions already? No questions?
No questions.
Guys, where are you coming from? Just say hello, say where you're coming from. And if you want to spread the love, spread the energy, just put the share button on the left-hand side of your screen. And share this amazing energy from Hairbrained. It's a really cool website, really cool Facebook site, because they are sharing pretty much everything, from precision haircutting to razor cutting to hair ups to color. And this is something that really helps us grow together as an industry.
Somebody's asking, are you doing graduation?
I am doing a layering technique. Why is that? Because I'm pulling the hair 90 degrees out from the head. But when I'm talking about 90 degrees, I'm talking about 90 degrees compared to the floor, okay? When you think about gravity, hair's falling down to the floor. So this is what we need to measure, because hair's dropping down there, 90 degrees is to the floor, okay? It's something that there was a nice discussion actually last time on Hairbrained. The discussion about 45 degrees, 90 degrees, is it to the head, is it to the floor? There are many opinions about this. I believe, MT Education, we believe that we need to measure to the floor because the hair is dropping down, yeah? And 90 degrees is where we start to layer the hair. This is also the reason, good question by the way, why I'm cutting above my fingers, yeah? When I'm cutting above the fingers, my elbows are up. That means I've got more a tendency to go from 90 degrees or higher, which is layering. Yeah? If I cut the hair, which I could, inside the fingers, my elbow is down, so it's much harder to go into layering. It's much easier to do graduation below 90 degrees. Very good question, guys. So now you can see when I put my comb here that the head starts to round. Yeah? And this is the point where I will start to overdirect all the sections to the last cut section. It can be 4, 5, section 3, it depends on your client, yeah, on the density of the hair, but mostly on the bone structure. So now combing everything out of my way. This is my last section where the head starts to round, and I will overdirect all the hair now to this section. So what I did is the first section is on the base, and now by over-directing the back, I will get a nice square shape towards the back. So nice to see everyone. Thank you so much spending your time not in front of the television, in front of Hairbrained and MT Education live from Berlin.
Frankie is asking, what kind of skills do you prefer to use?
What kind of skills am I preferring
No,
to use?
scissors.
What?
Your
Scissors. My scissor is a B-Mac stiletto. Okay. I mean, talking about scissors, I think I would not generalize it because, you know, a scissor needs to fit to you. I have to say the B-Mac stiletto is the best scissor I've ever used in 18 years of hairdressing. It's super sharp. I've got this scissor now for 2 years. I never sharpened it. It's still like really sharp. And this is what I love about the scissor. I'm using a 5.0. So why I'm using a small scissors? Because it gives me more control. When you think about it, as I said, I'm just cutting to the second knuckle. So I don't need a longer scissor, yeah? It doesn't make any sense because in between here we don't have tension, here we have tension. So if I have a longer scissor, it would cut here, but here I don't want to cut. So I just need a small scissor. I would say, or for me, very comfortable is a 5, 5.5 is still okay. A 6 for me personally is too big, but I mean, whatever you prefer. Yeah, there's nothing set in stone. It really depends. You can see now every section that's following is going back to the last section that was cut behind the ear. Until no hair reaches. You can see there's already no hair reaching. Just tiny little bit. To keep the nice corner behind the ear. Now what I'm going to do is I will play with the hair because I want to see how the hair sits when it moves. Yeah, she's not wearing her hair straight. This is something really important to know. If she said to me, oh, you know, sometimes I'm straightening it, then I might have straightened the hair, but in this case I really want to keep it natural. I want to check with the mirror, and you can see as my round graduation here, as it's really tight, it gives me loads of attention to this nice little shape in the back, and also attention to the longer bit, which is sitting in front of the ear. Now, I'm going into my second side. I will go back to section 1. If you forgot where section 1 was, you're just taking a horizontal section, keep it nice and clean, a horizontal section from the top, and then you will straight away see where the first section was. I will go back to this one as my guide, and I will go into the second side. So hi everyone, if you just joined in, we're in Berlin, Tilia Organic Hair, MG Education, Hairbrained Takeover, and we're really happy you're using your time to spend with us tonight. Or tonight in Germany, by the way, it's 10 o'clock. In your part of the world, in Mexico, it's at 3 o'clock, like Argentina, it's 5 o'clock. Yeah. I think it's more like late afternoon. Many people are probably still working. This video will be live still afterwards also. If you have any question, ask it live. I will answer it live. You can ask anything you want, guys. I'm very happy to answer questions. And you know, there are no stupid questions. So you can see, I need one more section to have it out. Yeah, this is my guide. So this section was too fine. We'll go further.
Greetings from Paris, from Italy,
Yay.
Poland,
Dzień dobry.
Tunis. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Greetings
many people
to us, wherever you're watching.
From Canada.
Yeah, greetings to Canada. So now, section number 1 goes to section number 2 of the other side. Now I still will stay here.
Washington DC.
Washington DC.
Puerto
Hello.
Rico, UK.
Hola.
Wow.
¿Cómo están?
Oh, Franco is watching.
Franco from Nuremberg, Germany.
Hello.
Hello.
From Texas.
From Texas. Amazing. So cool. I can do a little cross check always in between to see if I'm on the right track. Yeah, I can pull the hair. I can see if I'm right or not. If I'm doing like this little cross check in between, if I realized that I started to get longer, what am I what I'm doing wrong? I'm right, yeah, I've got a good balance. But if I realized I start to get longer, it's a question for you. What would be the mistake? I want to hear your answers.
From everywhere: Scotland, Detroit, Long Island, New York.
Hello everyone.
Malta, Michigan.
Wow, amazing. Spread some love, share this amazing video, share Hairbrained. This is an amazing Facebook page, which is really one of the best, it's the best page in the world. It's sharing work from the best stylists from all over the world. So I'm very honored to be here to do this video for you guys. You know, MG Education is an international education company. We are not based anywhere. We are based in the world. This company, MG Education, I'm Marcus, I'm the director, is almost 1 year old. In November we're going to turn 1. I luckily had the pleasure to travel to Peru, to the United States, to California, Mexico, Germany, Poland. Next year we're going to go to Argentina. El siguiente año vamos a estar en Argentina. En México vamos a estar en noviembre, el 27 de noviembre, si ustedes están interesados en un curso, el 27 de noviembre en la Ciudad de México, en la Casa de Darines, un día de salón creativo, y tenemos los últimos cupos para el curso, entonces rápido. Next course in an English-speaking country will be in San Diego. There will be a course at the end of October, 2 days, salon creative course, and we will do this with When You Edu. And there are also a couple of spaces left. So if you're still interested in a course in the United States, in California, San Diego, you can get a course with MG Education with myself at the end of October. Just write a message to the page of MG Education. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and then we get in touch with you and we organize your space. So, last section on the roundness of the head. How can you see where the roundness of the head is? Just put the comb flat to the head and then you can see where it starts. Yeah? Now I will start to overdirect everything back to this certain section. I'm very happy to serve you tonight. You know, what is special about us? What is special about MG Education? There's loads of independent education companies out there. Lots of them also teaching precision haircutting, but not many are combining it with personal development. MG Education is personal development, motivation, and precision haircutting. So this is really cool. You know, people that were in my seminars, they just ask and they will tell you that it's something very special, because everyone who's leaving the seminar is leaving with lots of motivation, is leaving pushed. You know, you're full of energy. We will do lots of stuff to get closer to your goals. So we are combining personal development and precision haircutting. I used to work many years in Vidal-Sassoon in Berlin and also in the Hairbrained Academy in London. I had the pleasure to work with the best stylists in the world in the Sassoon Academy in London. And I'm very, very grateful for this experience. But I'm a very individual person. I need my freedom. I need to do how I love to do it, what I love to do, and I really into personal development. And when I started MG Education, I was really thinking, how can I bring these two things together in a company? How can I give courses on motivation? How can I inspire people to change their lives with precision haircutting? And now I'm doing it, and it's just amazing, you know. Every course I'm leading with goosebumps. People are really like hyped and saying yes at the end of the course, and you need to be in one of our courses and you know what I'm talking about.
Jane is asking if you use a cutting lotion.
Yes, I actually used cutting lotion. I was using spray conditioner if you want so. I'm not married to any brand, or Mensch Education is not married to any brand. We are free of brands, so whatever I've got and I like it, I will use it, and it will be like this, hopefully forever. I don't want to sell my company to any brand. You know, I really want to stay free. I want to stay free in my decisions. Obviously, I will work with a couple of brands in the future, but I will not do anything exclusively. Our classes also are really small. You know, I had countries where they were asking me if I can work with 9, 10, 15 people, but I'm not doing it. I'm working maximum with 8 people. And this is for me very important to keep the quality high.
Tell us again the name of...
The haircut?
No, the scissor.
The scissor is a BMAC scissor. It's a BMAC stiletto, number 3 if you want. And the scissor is super sharp. It's a 5.0, so nice and small. It's got a good control. By the way, I'm doing a little cross check. I'm working horizontal sections from the occipital bone. This is where I start the layering. I'm pulling the hair straight out.
And Jeremy is asking, will there be a slight graduation in the finished style, or will it be layered?
The main look, okay, will be a layered, soft look. There's already a graduation on the sides. There's a round graduation. When I was following the head shape, round on both sides. And the back will basically be a layered technique, 90-degree angle. In Mensch Education, we're normally not talking about any angles. It's really important to stay free from angles for me, because angles just limit your work. Yeah. So when you are talking about angles, I don't know if something is 43, 44.5 degrees. I don't know. But the good thing is I don't have to know. Yeah. The only thing we have to know is if I'm pulling the hair down, it will stay heavier. If I'm pulling it higher, it will get lighter. As easy as that. Yeah, at Mensch Education, you really try to keep it simple. Yeah, a child should understand what we do. So cross-checking is really just to get the millimeters, but it's not to change the shape. That's it. Now I'm going to move the hair. Why I'm not combing the hair down? If it was straight hair and if she was wearing it straight, yes, I would comb it down. As I'm working with wavy hair, I want to see how does the hair work when it dries. When it dries naturally. I really like this movement, which goes really to the inside here. This is something what I find really cool. Yeah. Here there's also a longer part which I put behind the ear. Yeah, you can play around with this. It's really flexible. Is there someone watching tonight? I don't get any questions. So, how many people are watching?
184.
Nice, everyone. So cool that everyone is taking their time. Maybe you're a bit in between clients at the moment and you just go into the kitchen, watching, going back to your clients. So really cool that you're here. Thank you so much. Spring the hair down. Now I'm working through the top. The top will not be connected to the sides, but just to the back.
Jane is asking something. Do you have any personal tips for taming static in the hair?
Taming static in the hair. A cutting lotion is something really good to tame static in the hair, because when you're using a cutting lotion, what you basically do is that whilst you're cutting all the time, you're combing it through, yeah? So you have a nice and even distribution of the product when you're already using it whilst cutting. Yeah, I really love to use cutting lotions, something light where you can use a lot, whatever brand you're using. But yeah, this would be my tip, using a cutting lotion, because you're combing through all the time. Very good question, Jane. I think it's the second already. Very nice. So I will work with a shorter fringe on the underneath, and then I will cut the top from short to long, so I get a nice double fringe. So I will carefully part this into horizontal section. And actually, in this case, I quite like that the hair is a little bit dried already, so I can see the movement of the hair. And I want to get rid a little bit of this sort of movement here. I don't want it too strong, so this will be my length, but I'm also checking with the bone structure. Yeah, it's quite flat actually. If this would be quite round or quite, protruding here, you need to be careful. You need to check that the hair drops over the area where the bone structure starts to round, because if you're over it, you will have the tendency that the hair will stick out. Yeah, here, checking the bone structure is quite flat. So, yeah, just an oben, das links rein. So, I will use the comb, push down. And I will use a chipping technique, so you can see when I'm cutting, I'm pulling the scissors back, so that I'm not pushing the hair. But anyway, with this scissor I would not push the hair a lot, because it's super sharp. But, if the scissor is not too sharp, the chipping technique will help you not to push the hair away from its natural position. Oops. So how's everyone doing? Tell me where you're coming from.
Natasha is asking, do you use thinning or modeling scissors and what is your opinion on them?
My opinion on any tool is that it's not the tool, it's the person using the tool. You can use any tool if you know what you're doing with it, if you've got control about it. I personally work with these tools, that's it. Yeah, I believe, or we believe at MG Education, that you just need a pair of scissors and a comb to achieve anything you want. But I have nothing against thinning scissors. You can use razors. You just need to use how to use them. And that's the trick, because if you're using them but you don't really know what you're doing, you just need the mirror.
Sorry.
So I'm checking my light with the mirror, and it was blocking my mirror.
It was a long day, I'm so sorry.
So I'm lifting the fringe up, and then just taking out the corner. Just want to remove a little bit of weight from the top. Comb it down. It's still there, nice little line, but it's a bit softer. Yeah. I might take one more section to the fringe. Yeah. I think I will use one more section to the fringe. Hola amigos del sur de América, de España. También hablo español si quieren algunos cursos en su país. Soy la persona que habla español también. Español, alemán y inglés. Sus preguntas en español, por favor, no hay problema. Lo único es que después del Facebook en vivo voy a responder sus preguntas en español porque Heidi habla alemán y inglés. I will just answer questions in English and German for the moment, but once the Facebook live is over, I can respond any questions in Spanish also. So sometimes of the year I'm living in Mexico, sometimes of the year in Germany. I'm coming around. So as I said, MG Education is really about personal development and precision haircutting. So we always work on your dreams. We work on your goals. We're gonna find out what are your goals and how are you getting there. Yeah, this is something super exciting. Last weekend we were in Nuremberg in the south of Germany, and you know, the second day we were really into finding out what are you going to do the next 6 months. And it's so interesting, we were sharing our opinions and people were sharing their dreams and what they're going to do in the next 6 months and how can they get there and how could I help them to get there. It was so amazing. And Franco, the boss from the hair department in Nuremberg where I was, can confirm this. So really, greetings to everyone out there. Now, we've got our little fringe. Now I'm going to work on this part here. And you can see it's quite heavy. I quite like the length and the movement. I really like this little wave movement here. Also how the color drops into it. But I want to make this a little bit lighter. It's quite heavy at the moment. Haircut's quite a long time ago, I think. I will use vertical sections, keeping it nice and clean. First section in the center of the top, and this will go from short to long. I will use my layer from the back as a guide for the top. And you know, something I learned is really keeping it simple. Yeah, you want to work creative. Working creative is nothing more than putting basic shapes and techniques together. But really keeping it simple. Not trying to put too many things into one haircut, yeah? I had the pleasure to one day to work with Richard Ashford, the creative director of Seiko, and I was cutting 4 models, and something he taught me afterwards I will never forget is he said, keep it simple, yeah? And this is what I took from this. We can always learn from everyone. We can learn from any experience. I'm learning when I'm teaching, yeah? So if you guys have the opportunity to teach, just do it because you will get so much. People will ask you things that you were never thinking of before, and they will give you so much that you rethink your work. Now, section number 1 goes to section number 2. I don't want to over-direct. I want to keep it lighter and a little bit more sort of rounded. You can see, just cutting in between these 2 knuckles. And you can see, as I said, in the front I really want to keep the length. And this is what I measured before. I measured my angle by thinking of, okay, which length do I want in the front? And this is what the angle will, what will give me my angle. So you can see it's very late in Germany, it's 10:30 already. In your part of the world it might be late afternoon. That is the reason why we did it a little bit later, so for you it's not too early.
Frankie is asking can you please show us how you hold your scissors?
My scissors?
Mm-hmm.
This is how I'm holding my scissors, yeah? Thumb is there, this finger is in there, and I quite like to put this finger, I forgot the name in English, I like to put it on the top of the scissors, so it gives me more stability, yeah? If it's there, the scissor has a tendency to do this. If this finger is there, there's a little bit of weight on it, so I've got more control. Very good question, Frankie. Where are you from? Guys, really please help Hairbrained and Education to grow. We're an international independent education company. If you put this share button on the left hand side of your screen, you can spread the energy, spread the hair love on Hairbrained, and we can all grow together. Yeah? We can grow as an industry, which I find really, really important. For me, competition doesn't exist because people that want to work with you will work with you anyway. Just do what you love so much and put all the energy, all the passion into it. And yeah, I'm quite lucky with what I'm doing because I did not open an independent education company as everyone doing this at the moment because it's so fashion. I did it because I needed my freedom, I needed the liberty. And this is what I love about being independent of any brand, any company. I'm not limited in my creativity. I'm not limited in the way I'm working, I'm doing my seminars. I can really do cool stuff with my clients. And this is what we do. So now, I'm standing on the other side, using section number 1 as a guide again, checking my guide from the underneath, and I'm pulling 1 to 2. This is why I'm standing here, because as I'm not over-directing, if I stood on the other side, there would be too much tendency of pulling the hair towards my body. Okay, you can see I'm always just using the previous section, and I'm combing the rest out of the way. The way I'm sectioning, putting the finger on the outside of the comb. The comb is amazing because there's this little missing teeth. Put my finger, put tension, pressure on the scalp, and until the end. Yeah? Try, when you section off, try really to do it in one go. Because many people do this, and then they start again. But this is when it's like when you're drawing a line. You draw it, and when you draw it again, it will not be straight. If you do it in one go, zack, you will have a clean section. Yeah, and then you get rid of this. Section 2 and 3. There you go. Section 2 goes to section 3. Haircutting for me is a little bit like painting by numbers, okay? So you're connecting points. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, however, or when you're cutting lines, you know, cutting hair is nothing more than painting by numbers. Respecting the texture of the hair, the image of the model, density, growth patterns, bone structure, really important. And whatever scissor, whatever tool you're using, you will benefit from precision haircutting. Yeah, even if you're using a thin scissors, if you're using a razor, precision haircutting will teach you the understanding. Yeah, I'm now playing with the hair. I want to see where it sits, how it wants to sit. I quite like this. I can play around to the other side, and it will give me a completely different effect. I also quite like this. And I'm already thinking about how will I try the hair. We'll open this up. So, now, I want to keep it quite loose, yeah, but I will just play around quite like this here to see like that. But on this side I quite also like it when it's combed back behind the ear.
So there's the question about the color. Yes. Maybe I can answer it, because I did it. Normally I'm not doing like chemical colors, but on Aline, because she's a really good friend of mine, I did a bleach and to play around a little bit. And every other month we do a bleach on the fringe and the sideburns, or
the sideburns and the fringe.
Yeah, so it's nothing so special about it.
The most simple things are the most special.
Yeah. And the dog is here, so Carl is sleeping. Oh, he's a little bit bored.
Good boy. So now I will start to blow dry the hair. I will use a little bit of sea salt spray. I want to expand this shape a little bit more.
There is the question, are you going to blend into the sides?
I'm going to blend into the sides.
Yeah.
In which way? Like the top? Just ask this question again and tell me, what do you mean? Do you mean blending this part this part from the top into the graduation? Or what do you mean? I think you mean this. But no, I will just let this drop over. Yeah? So this areas will not be connected. There's this little round graduation and this just drops over loosely. If it was not the question, just tell me again. My quick question, by the way. I will use this nice Dyson blow dryer. And you know, when working with a diffuser, I'm just sort of lifting the hair from the roots. And I'm not moving the diffuser. I don't want the hair to explode. Once the hair is dry, I can go into the hair with my hands. But really for the moment, I want to just let the hair dry so that the wave has time to develop. And she also is not straightening the hair, she's wearing it very natural. And this is what I want to achieve also for today. I really like to work with texture. Quite interesting because last time someone was asking for a sort of curly, wavy haircut. And you can see precision haircutting is not always like geometric result. It's very precise on the inside, very clean. But precision haircutting is not always, we have to glue it right straight. Yeah? So we can keep it really soft, natural looking, but using a precise hair cutting technique so that when the hair grows out, it grows out very soft and even. Without using thin scissors, even I did not use any pointing. How's everyone doing so far? Where are you from? Please share our work. Tell us where you're from. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to serve you. And I can directly check my result in the mirror. Yeah, beautiful shape. Give us some hearts if you like it. You can see there's still enough weight on the outline, but the interior is way looser. Guys, if you like so, I will post some final pictures tomorrow on the page of MG Education on Facebook and Instagram, and I will draw a diagram for you. I will put it together with the haircut. I will put the diagram.
They love the haircut.
Yeah.
We love it too.
Share it if you like it. Yeah, we'll put the diagram and the finished pictures tomorrow on our page of MG Education. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. And if you're interested in any course, the next course will be in San Diego at the end of October with venue. And el siguiente curso va a estar en la Ciudad de México el 27 de noviembre. Vamos a estar en Argentina en junio 2019 con la Academia Fusion. This weekend, actually on Saturday, I will go to Warsaw, to Poland. We will do a seminar with Academia Perfect Hair. The week after, I will go to China in Poland. I will work with Kuchałka Academy. Marius, if you're there, hello. And I will actually do a big look and learn in China for about 70 to 100 people. I will do 4 courses. Yeah.
Jamie is asking, where can we find lists of locations of your upcoming classes?
Just follow on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, MG Education, and there I will put everything. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram, you will see our upcoming classes. Our courses are all personalized. Yeah, we normally not have a lot of public classes. The next public class will be in San Diego. This is something open to public, but normally classes are personalized, yeah? So you ask me, you know, I've got 8 people, I've got some hairdressing friends, let's organize something in Poland. And then we will get together, we will talk, and then we will bespoke the class to your needs, yeah? Yeah, I find it really important, even when we are floor drawing, to really work with the mirror, because the mirror will show us the shape, so I can mold my haircut into the shape. So hi everyone who's watching Hairbrained Takeover MT Education live from Berlin, Germany, with my really cool model fashion designer, eine. And you know what I love about Berlin, I'm also inspired to come here because you can see so many crazy people, alternative people, open people, and this is some very special energy that I really love about Berlin. I used to live here 5 years. I used to live 3 years in Hamburg, which I also love so much. I used to live in London. Now I'm living a little bit of a mixture in Berlin and in Mexico City. So yeah. I think there's something very special about Berlin, and even though I'm originally from a very little city in the east of Germany, you know, my home, what I call home is here, this is Berlin. Yeah, now I'm playing around, the semester's already starting to dry, and I like actually this movement in the front a little bit more, when it goes sort of to this side. Very avant-garde, like the combination of cut and color. And, you know, talking about avant-garde shapes, these are looks that not everyone has to love. And in general, I'm always saying this, whatever you do it because you love it, because your mom loves it. Don't forget about this person in the chair, really have a good consultation with the client. And, you know, it's a combination of technique, shape, personality, lifestyle, image, and face shape. But we're not forgetting about the personality and the image of your client. It's one of the most important things. And you know, sometimes we do something that you've not done before. I've not done that before, this combination of technique and shape, and I'm in love with it, I really like it. But really playing around, sometimes do something that you think like, oh, that might look strange, but why not? Just go for it. Is it your exercise? Yeah. Just go for it. It's the best way to learn, not being afraid of making a mistake, yeah? This is something that holds us back to achieve our goals because we are afraid, we want to fit into society, and, you know, art or whatever you do, it's not about, your life is not about fitting into a society, your life is about being happy, to do something that you really love, and to grow in what you love, because you can just grow. You can just be happy once you grow, yeah? People or human beings will need to grow in order to be happy. But all this we will learn also in our courses. As I said at the beginning, education is personal development and precise haircut. Any questions, guys? Any new greetings?
Greetings and compliments.
Yeah.
I love it. Beautiful.
Who has been in my course before? Say hello. Say I. And if there's someone who has been in my course before, maybe you can share in the comments your experience. How did you like it? There's a really cool video on the last post of the page of MT Education. Katrin, one of my clients, did a very nice feedback video for me. And she really describes what is amplification, and I think she describes it in a way like I could not describe it better than she did. It's with English subtitles. The fringe is still a bit wet, but I want to get it really like dry so that I can see the shape really well. So once the hair is dry like here, you can see I'm going into the hair quite much stronger. Yeah, I'm really start to expand the shape a little bit more. And I was not looking for like a curl because the hair is not curly, yeah, it's wavy. I'm really looking for something sort of fluffy sort of look. Just want to really expand the shape of the haircut.
What finishing products will you use?
Yeah, I use leave-in conditioner, and I'm using a little bit of sea salt spray. I'm going to put some more actually, because I want the hair to get a little bit more grip. And this is something you can do when you're drying hair with a diffuser. You can wet it down, you can like just sort of from far away. And going into the hair again, using the mirror, checking the shape, beautiful shape, and you look into the profile. I like wavy curly hair because it shows you the expanded shape, yeah, it shows you your angles, it shows you what you did before. So, let's have a look. So I want to comb this front bit a little bit more into. We'll check the fringe on the underneath. So carefully get rid of it off. Fringe, I will blend a little bit more of this hair here into the fringe. So is everyone enjoying it to see something a little bit different today? Something that is challenging your eye, color and cutting wise. Really now securing my scissors, and I'm refining the fringe using a chipping technique. I'm going back whilst cutting. Not using any tension on the hair. I'm looking for the finish I want to go for. I quite like it when you have like a little corner dropping out here. And this is like, you know, playing around, like finding the styling that you like. It's a little bit like a sort of a natural finger wave. What I will do with this fringe here, I will blend this in so that it doesn't kick out. Yes, I'm using natural movement, I'm not combing the hair. I'm just going in And I'm cutting the curl in a way that it does not have this movement to stick out too much. You know, precision hair cutting is the base, but then especially when you're working with curly hair or wavy hair, it's really important to see the natural movement. Yeah, this is what we're going to have later. So I really like this sort of wave coming over the head. I think I will cut the fringe a little bit shorter to make the difference a bit stronger. How's everyone? Do we have questions, guys? I would love to hear questions. I will do a little recap for you, and I will do some diagram and some photos for tomorrow. So you will find them on our page of MG Education. If you want to watch the video again from the beginning, yes, we will put it on Facebook. It will still be on Facebook of Hairbrained, also on our page. If you look in the mirror, now you can see it's getting into something really cool and interesting. And this is something that's cool because also of the color. Can you see this nice little expanded shape in opposite to the round graduation and the top dropping over the round graduation? It's really, I really like it. So now I will put the chair a little bit up. And I will just go into the neck without combing it. I just want to refine the shape of the neck. You know, it does not make sense now to really comb it through, because this is not how she's wearing it. She's not having someone walking behind her with a comb. She wants to move her head, and then and this is a little tip for you. Kannst du einmal bewegen? So now she's going to move the head like this. Yes, that's it. Now I will see again. Yeah, I will check again, and I will just refine it. And this is how you can get a nice and clean shape with someone who's wearing the hair wavy, curly, or also someone who has got quite a strong cowlick in the back. This is how I would work that. Move it again. Okay, that's it. Just using the tip of the scissors to go in. That's it. And you know, now really getting into it. She can work way looser when she's like in her private time. Just want to get some nice images for you guys. And when you're cutting wavy hair, really looking where you're cutting the hair off here. You can see I cut it here a little bit shorter so that it stays more straight. But here I like the movement, so I don't want to go shorter there. Just refining so that you still keep this movement which goes to the inside. Alright. Now, getting ready. We are within 1 hour. This is German precision. Let's get rid of the use a little bit of hairspray. I want you to expand the shape. And using your sense also, yeah? If you're maybe new in hairdressing, you don't have a feeling for shape, just look in the mirror, look from the side, go around, and use your sense, yeah? If you feel it does not feel right, then change it until you feel that it feels good for you. In the mirror. Also quite interesting, this little sort of difference between the fringe and this nice soft area. And also the color blend, I really like a very nice color from Heidi. We're here in Berlin, so if you want to get a nice haircut in Berlin, go to Tilja Organic Hair in Schöneberg. She's an amazing hairdresser, worked many years also with me in Villa Sassoon in Berlin. And you will get a cool haircut and you've got 100% attention because she just works for you. Yeah, she doesn't have 10 clients at the same time. She's just working with you. So guys, this is my finished look on a leaf. I work with a little round gradation in the side part. I have some nice sort of longer hair, which are now tucked behind the ear. Little round gradation in this area. A soft sort of side bone which is dropping out. And then through the back, I work with a nice square line with a layer which went from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and everything went back to 3 to have a nice square layer in the back. I really like this sort of length which you can see from the front. And then I worked the top from short to long, but following the head shape, and this little sort of square fringe on the underneath, and the length which is dropping over the fringe. Thank you so much for watching. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be, this MT Education. Thank you, this was a Hairbrained takeover, and I want to see you soon. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, MT Education. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. Bye.